Friends, welcome back. I am Jason, and let's say I'm out on a big training ride here on Beatrice, or maybe I've gone off-roading out into the desert in my 4x4 vehicle or my side-by-side ATV. Maybe I'm riding my motorcycle. Maybe I've got some means of transportation that's a lot more efficient than just being on foot. And I've brought enough water here, gay frog water. Look up the study. Plastic bottles make frogs gay. But I brought enough water to get me through the trip based on the means of transportation that I currently have. If I'm going 30 miles on a bicycle, I mean, I probably could do it with just a single bottle of water, maybe even no water at all. It's really not that far. Today is a friggin' hot day. I'd say it's about 90 degrees. It's really humid, super sunny. And I'm pouring wet with sweat. I'm just gonna get soaked with perspiration, and I'm gonna be burning through my hydration. Now, let's say something catastrophic happened to my bicycle. You know, I was planning on being able to repair one flat tire, but now I've got two flat tires, and the chain broke, and the frame broke in half, and I just can't fix it. My vehicle's broke down, and there's no way of repairing it. Now I'm on foot. That is exactly why it's really, really important to carry alternative ways to replenish your water supply. And that's primarily what we're going to talk about in this video right here. Like, you know, let's say I brought an extra bottle of water, but, you know, the troop of monkeys that escaped from the zoo, you know, swooped down, threw poo in my eye, and then suddenly, oh no, they stomped on my gay frog water, and now I am without. That sucks. Now, what the heck am I going to do? Oh, where's my cat? Better pick that up. What am I going to do? Well, that is exactly why, my friends, I always carry some way to collect and help purify some water that I can collect along my route. Now, if you're in the middle of the absolute desert or something like that, and there's no possible way of replenishing your water, you need to make sure that you have backups to the backups to the backups and lots of water with you. And, you know, chances are you probably have to stay with your vehicle or with your bike that's carrying all the water, because you're just not going to be able to carry that much on foot, perhaps. I don't know what the situation is, but in my situation here, I've got water. Now, sometimes the water looks like this. Now, I don't know about you, but I do not want to drink this water. It smells bad. It looks bad. It's hot. Like it's like bath water hot. It is scuzzy and nasty. And if I had a alternative place to collect water, that's exactly what I do. Now, could I filter this with, you know, my t-shirt? Could I perhaps, you know, filter it a little bit with a bandana or something that I typically carry with me? Sure. Could I figure out some means of making this a little bit cleaner and safer to drink? Absolutely. But I've got a river right over here on the other side that's significantly cleaner water, and that's what I'm going to collect, and we're going to go do that right now. So it's not too big of a burden. It's not too inconvenient to carry a small survival kit like this one. I keep a lot of the same items in my cash belt that I'm currently wearing right now. And I have a water bag that's in my belt, and I have water purification tablets. And that's what I would use in this situation to get me through, you know, the short term. Yeah, do I have enough water purification tablets to last me months? No, absolutely not. But if I needed to get the next 30 miles home or whatever on foot, perhaps I could potentially get myself enough water, enough hydration to be able to cover that distance without any problems, major problems, that is. Now, sure, in most places, could you stop and ask for help? Say, hey, you know, knock on the neighbor's door or whatever the house you're passing, and say, hey, you know, can I get a drink out of your hose or something? I'm dying here. But you don't want to be that guy unless you got to be that guy. So that's why I like to always be prepared, so I don't have to go get help from somebody else. I like to be as self-reliant as possible, and you guys probably do too. And like I said, I've got pretty much exactly this same setup right here inside of my belt that I am wearing, but I don't want to unpack my belt if I don't have to. So I'm gonna kind of keep it stocked up for actual emergencies, and I'm gonna use the one out of my kit here. This kit comes from Wazoo, and I really like Wazoo's gear. They've put tons of time and energy and effort and spent a lot of money investing in, you know, research and development of their products, and lots of testing by, you know, not just themselves, but by people like me. A lot of people out there have tested their gear, and it's become kind of a standby, a go-to, you know, something reliable, something I trust. I always have the belt on me pretty much for the most part. And I've used the gear out of there quite a few times for various different things, you know, who knows, with lots of different situations have come up. From jumping a fuse on a motorcycle to purifying water to using the flashlight for all different things, the sewing kit, all sorts of different things. But anyway, this kit right here can help me clean this water up and give me a very much needed drink of water if I was, you know, if the monkeys came down out of the zoo and threw poo in my eye. Now this bag holds about a liter of water right here. And then coincidentally, one of these little tablets right here that comes with the kit purifies 1 liter of water. Now it says to let it react for 4 hours, but in a pinch, I'd say we could probably speed that process up a little bit. And now when it comes to hydration, or anytime you're really on foot, you need to stay on top of it. You can't get behind on the hydration, because once you get behind, it's too late and it's really, really difficult to catch back up. So before it's an emergency and you're like, oh man, I'm dying of thirst. I'm really, really thirsty. I've got a pounding headache. I can feel my pulse, you know. Once you've gotten to that point and you're overheating and all that, it's too late. You're in trouble. So get this going, because there is a wait time, you know, the 4-hour wait time, give or take. You need to think ahead, because you can't wait to that point where you're like, oh man, I'm in a lot of trouble. And then, oh, now I have to wait 4 hours until I can drink this water before it doesn't make me sick. I would just go ahead and drink. If you get into that situation, just go ahead and drink the water, because chances are you won't get sick from any waterborne pathogens until later days down the line. But it's best to avoid that stuff if at all possible. So think ahead, plan ahead, and go ahead and get this brewing. This water's nice and cold, like super cold. Whew. That feels fantastic. Might actually take a dip in the river here in just a second, but is it, you know, perfectly clear and clean? No, it comes out of a lake upstream, which is not ideal. And is this going to get rid of any chemical contaminants that might be in the water? Nope, definitely not. But it will kill the nasty critters that might be swimming around in there. Like so. And that'll work while I transport it along and while it's cooking. So a lot of survivalists out there, survival experts, gurus out there will throw around a lot of survival jargon out there and make survival seem really complicated. And it's not. At least it doesn't have to be. You got to stay 98.6 degrees. You got to get a drink of water. If you could do those two things, for the most part, in the short term, you're going to be okay. And this is one method of procuring some water in an emergency situation. Friends, I'd love to hear what you think about this in the comment section. Let me know, hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Leave lots of comments, share the video. I'm always grateful for that. I have links to my Patreon and my Substack, where you can do memberships, where you get behind the scenes stuff, things that nobody else gets to see. If you want to throw a tip my way, I'd be really grateful for it. I hate asking, guys, but man, I tell you what, times are tough. I work hard for these videos. I put a lot of time, a lot of effort into producing these videos, and I've been doing it for years. And you know, if you appreciate the videos and you enjoy watching the videos, feel free to throw $1 my way, I'd be really, really grateful for it. And it allows me to continue going on adventures and practicing these survival skills and bringing you along with me. So if you don't mind, that would be awesome. If not, that's cool too. Keep watching the videos and keep enjoying them. Until next time, friends, what's the worst that could happen? Let's just go on 3.